Shanti. Okay, so last time it was a slightly technical class which gave all the details about creation, right? So don't worry, you don't have to mug up all these things. I'm not going to take an exam on, where did your sense of, the smell come from and all that is not. What we are trying to see is what exactly you saw from that class. What is conceptually what you understood. And I think in the end, the way you summarized it was excellent. Can you repeat?
The way we were going about it, then finally in the end we said that it's based on the 5 elements, right? Then you are part of the universe and the universe is you. That's what we sort of said, right? You are part of the whole and the whole is also
within you.
Yeah. So I think that's where we left off from all the different parts of the intelligence and Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, all the different parts of all of that, and then the differential between and how awareness plays the part in navigating our way through life.
Anybody else has any idea to add?
I think what I wrote at the end was, so who are you? You are none of the 5 elements. For example, you are not water or the other 5 elements. So the entire universe is a combination of 5 elements. So do you not exist? And so who are you? Everything else is a combination of 5 elements. So what is left is I. Okay? What is the relationship of awareness and 5 elements? Awareness is not an object. Everything that is an object is made up of 5 elements. But that's what you said. So I was reading it verbatim.
Oh, you've written verbatim, but this is very nice, Nandita. Did everybody understand what she's saying?
Now, no? Yes.
Now you, now you understand?
Can you read it again?
Everything.
Sorry.
Okay. No, Saloni, let's try because it's very nice for me to see what exactly you're getting from what I'm talking, So it's very important. Yeah, Saloni.
Everything is the 5 elements, but I is awareness. The 5 elements need awareness for you to know the 5 elements. However, awareness does not need the 5 elements to exist. The only non-objectified, self-evident thing available to us is awareness.
Amazing.
See what I mean? I
It's
think that
amazing.
I look at my notes and her notes and all of us are writing differently, the same thing.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the class.
Very nice, right? So, all these detailed discussion that we had about what, which element creates which part of your body and all, what is the point? As all 3 of them summarized, that what I think I am, which is what this physical body, this subtle body and the causal body, it is what, now what do I understand through Tattva Bodha?
That it's all the same. It's the
It
5
is
elements
made
and
up of
all
5
the
elements, right? And your body is also made up of the same 5 elements. And your body is made up of the same 5 elements. Okay? So that means all that is here in the universe, which is what we call the object universe, is nothing but 5 elements in different permutation and combination. Okay? So therefore, now that, so that is what we call the object universe. Okay? Now, in this object, now that includes what? My body, it includes my thinking capacity, because these 5 elements we saw, when 5 subtle elements come together, they create what? Antakarana. We saw that. Right? When 5, the Rajasic aspect of the 5 elements come together, it becomes what? Prana. Prana is what? That the whole life force. So therefore, the entire thing that I see, starting from the sun to the stars, to the moon, to galaxies, to planets, to everything, human bodies, animal bodies, bird bodies, reptiles, the mountains, the rivers, the rocks, everything is nothing but what? Combination of 5 elements. Now, if you look at, see what Vedanta says, and 5 elements are what? This water and this fire, it's all just atoms. If you look at the quantum physics model, it is identical. Okay? What it says is the entire universe that you see is nothing but different permutations and combination of what? Atoms and particles. Okay? So that is because even this air is particle, right? And then the water is also hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. So therefore, you can go further, but ultimately it is the same. Whether you take 5 elements or you take the modern physics, it comes to the fact that the whole universe is either you can say 5 elements or you can say atoms and particles. Okay? Now, the next question, so that means this body that you think is I is what?
Combination of 5 elements.
Exactly. Right? Now you have to find out where is I in there. Okay? So therefore, the 5 elements, this is where both Nandita and Roshni made a point that I thought I am as good as this body and mind. Okay? Now I understand this body and mind is made up of what? 5 elements. So are you 5 elements? No. Right? Because you know I'm not fire. Everybody knows. You know I'm not space. You know I'm not water. You know I'm not earth. Okay? So when the body comes, which is made up of these 5 elements, how does it become I? Okay? So that means there is a basic fundamental error that we all make about who we are. Right? That is the point that it is trying to convey. Okay? So, who are you? Which was said in Tattva Bodha. Who are you? Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Okay? That, as Soloni very nicely said, what is, who are you? If 5 elements are the body, 5 elements are the mind, 5 elements is your life force, 5 elements is all the, your sense organ and the capacity. 5 elements is your organs of action, your physical body. The entire thing is 5 elements. Who are you? What is left in the universe?
Awareness.
The only thing which is left in the universe is awareness.
That's intact.
Exactly. While the 5 elements and their permutations and combinations are producing constantly changing universe, which is always on a flux. That is, by the time I finish the word universe, the configuration of universe has changed. Right? So therefore, that universe is in a flux. Nobody can make it static. And nobody can make it run according to one's whims and fancies. Please understand that. Because until you understand that, you will be in the illusion of this wanting to control the universe according to your desires. You are in a losing game altogether. Because you are fighting realities. The 5-element universe is in a constant flux. It is changing. Okay? And you are, and that includes not only everybody's body, my body too. It not only includes everybody's mind, my mind too. It not only includes everybody's life force, my life force too. Okay? And that is something that there are laws which govern how the physical body comes together. What is the range of each sense organ that is given to you? What is the makeup of your mind that is available to you? You are born with a mind. which has a certain inclination. Then you use your free will to develop it further. Okay? So that means these 5 elements are not just randomly put together to create you and me. They are extremely intelligently put together to create a very intelligent creation where not only one piece in the creation, your body, itself exhibits so much knowledge. The eyes, the way they are designed, the nose, the ears, your digestive system, your circulatory system, your respiratory system. The whole thing is just incredible piece of art. But not only that, there is another incredible piece of art which is you. And not only that, we two are connected through laws. So there is this amazing, it's not just 5 random elements we are just moving around. Okay? So this is where all this intelligent creation that you see is nothing but 5 elements. Your relationship with this intelligent body is what? You're not the 5 elements. There is something else that is remaining, and that is what? The awareness. The awareness, where is awareness available to you? When I use the word awareness, it creates meaning for you, right? Have you seen an object called awareness? No.
Is that your soul?
So awareness, exactly. Because soul is an idea that I have. Okay. So what we talk about, we don't, in fact in Vedanta we don't talk about soul.
Okay.
Yeah. We talk about, there is, I will talk, it'll come.
Okay.
Right. So what you need to understand is that these 5 elements create the whole universe, which includes all the objects. One thing which remains, which is not these 5 elements, is awareness. When you, yes, that awareness, where is it available to you? How do you understand the word awareness? You've never seen an object, because every object is combination of 5 elements.
So ability to perceive is an awareness.
Exactly. Right?
Self-awareness.
Exactly. So, very good. Okay? What she's saying is exactly what the Upanishads are saying. Atma, awareness, Chit Swarupa is Swataha Siddha. Swataha Siddha means self-evident. That is the only thing in the universe which is available to you not as an object but as the subject. Because of which you are able to see all these different permutations and combination of 5 elements, right? Which includes your body, which includes the other bodies, which includes mountains, rivers, everything. Okay? That awareness, which is self-evident to you, somehow, what is the nature of mistake that you are making?
You think it is you.
You think, sorry?
You think it is you.
You think that that awareness, first of all, you are not even very sure that there is this awareness, but you take it as confined to this body, right? So that means the attribute of awareness, the attribute of the 5 elements which constitutes physical body, you impute onto what?
Onto the awareness.
Onto the awareness. Exactly. So you do 2 mistakes. One is the attribute of physical body, or attributes of these 5 elements which constitute your physical and subtle body. You impute it on awareness. And therefore, and the second mistake you make is, this awareness, you take it as what? Restricted or confined to this body.
Can you repeat that first part?
Yeah,
the first
The first is,
be aware if I was not.
yeah, exactly. Absolutely. You would not be aware, but it is true. You would not be aware unless you were in this body, but in this faculty, because of that relationship, you make a mistake. Now you use Vedanta to undo the mistake, because unless you had that special relationship, you would not make a mistake. Okay, so that means this awareness is given to you through this body and mind, just like this space is given to this glass through this confinement. But what is the reality? The space does not have any boundaries. This is not breaking, but because of the presence of the glass, there is everybody thinks that there is glass space. So that means awareness, if it was not given to you, confined to one given in body and mind, you would not make the mistake.
So you're saying the first mistake is that we attribute the qualities of the physical body to I.
Exactly, to awareness. So that means, what does it mean? It
You
means,
said I thought, no, sorry.
what it means is, when I make a statement about myself, I'm fat. What is the statement?
My physical body.
Exactly. Right? The physical, what is the reality? My physical body.
I'm aware that.
Exactly. The reality is, please understand, this is very important. The reality is that physical body, which is made up of 5 elements, is fat. True. It's reality.
Yeah, it's fat.
It's fat.
Fat.
Right? There we are not arguing.
Yeah.
Right? But as she says, what is your relationship with this physical body? Are you the physical body, or are you awareness because of which the changing conditions of physical body are known to you? You are the awareness. Does awareness get fat?
No.
No. So that means the attributes of physical body, which are attributes of physical body, we are not denying that they are attributes of physical body, get imputed onto what?
Awareness.
Awareness. This is a mistake that we make.
So, are you using just now that awareness term as in terms of the self? That we define
exactly.
ourselves
Exactly.
through the
So because awareness is I,
right.
because of which you come to know everything, including this body. Okay? But as she says, I don't have exactly the same relationship with all other bodies as I have with this body. Just like among all the different houses, I have a special relationship with one house. True. But therefore, because I have a special relationship with one house, do I become the house?
So we objectified awareness, which is the first mistake. Is that right?
No.
We made it an object. Is that
We-
what you're saying? No.
What we objectify, the argument is a little bit different.
Okay.
You never can objectify awareness, by the way. Okay? What I objectify, which is the physical body, which is made up of 5 elements, the attributes of the physical body, I impute on where do I place them?
On what?
I, on
What is
I.
my real
What is
nature?
that I?
Oh,
Awareness.
actually awareness.
So awareness is independent and exists, independently, and your body is a dependent reality. The
Excellent.
body houses it.
Absolutely.
So the error
Awareness
is not
exists
the I
independently.
doing that? Isn't the error that we are trying to say that we are awareness, which is our physical body?
No. Try to see what we are saying. Two types of error. Look, listen to me carefully. The whole reality is jumbled up in our understanding. Okay, what is the jumble? The jumble is that the physical body, does it have attributes of fair, tall,
Yes.
fat? It has.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying, when I say you're free from that, doesn't mean that the body doesn't have those attributes. Please understand. The body has, it's true. The body is tall, the body is short, the body is fat, the body is slim, the body is dark, fair. All this is true. Okay. But the and what is body made up of?
5
Five
elements.
elements. Right? And who are you? You are the awareness. Now, when I make the statement, I am fat because the body is fat, what am I doing?
You're confusing the awareness with the object of the body.
Exactly.
Again, you're imputing
So
the
that
attributes of
means-
that onto.
Exactly. You are, exactly, now you understood, right? the attributes of body get loaded where? Onto the awareness.
That's the first mistake.
That is the first
you're
mistake.
attaching yourself on something which is not. Awareness is really what is you.
Exactly. Right? What is the second mistake that you are making? That this awareness, even if I make you see that okay, this body is not you, right? And this mind is something also that you objectify. Mind is constantly changing. You are the nature of observer. Okay. Then what do you think that where do you localize the awareness? You understand that I am not the physical body, I am not the mind, but still where do you put your awareness?
On this one, on the
Exactly.
physical body.
That is the second mistake you make.
So we put the awareness onto the mind.
You put the awareness physically localized into the body.
Because awareness exists independent
Yes.
The body.
How do we?
Yes. Because that is something.
body goes.
Yes.
Right?
The awareness
This
is
awareness stays
Stays.
where?
Yeah. It is something that's why the whole teaching was given the relationship of awareness with time, with space, with every object. What is that relationship? The whole teaching, one has to expose oneself because otherwise I can't, I have to.
Can you explain the second mistake again?
The second mistake is, okay, now first thing is you have imputed the attributes of body onto the awareness, which actually is free. Secondly, if I make you say, Nandita, this body is not I, right? This is nothing but 5 elements. This mind is nothing, it's not I, it's nothing but those 5 elements, subtle elements which are arranged together. Okay? Then you say, okay, now I, the awareness, is independent of the body and mind, but you still think that it is confined to where? Exactly.
So I want to ask a question. So say that I say that I am fat because my body is fat.
Yes.
And then you say to me, or the Vedanta teaches me that I am different, that it is true that the attributes of my body are fat or whatever, that I is above and beyond that. How does that help me manage my condition?
Okay, excellent. This is a very good question, right? Generally, what I said is the reality, right? When I'm showing you the reality about nature of mistake, right? And which is something which is undeniable. Because when something is changing and there is one observer because of which the changing condition is known, logically nobody can deny it, right?
Yeah.
So now, her next question is, how do I use this reality? Okay? Because generally we add meaning to it. Okay? We add the meaning because it is not I should be indifferent to it. But I never said that.
No, I'm
So,
not saying difference.
that
I'm saying
means-
how does it
yeah,
help?
so,
See, it's
now
a cancerous body.
1 second, right? So now, what one has to first see the relationship, right? So that means, once I understand, for example, this is not my house, but I do have a special relationship with this house, what would be my attitude? Will I be indifferent to the house?
You have to take
No.
care of it.
You have to take care of it, right? Because you have a special relation. Nobody is denying that. But if you start imputing the attribute of the house onto you, there is a problem, there is a cognitive problem. We are not saying you can use it, then it becomes an embellishment because I can enjoy the house. Once I know that I am not the house, but I have a special relationship with the house, you will do everything to make it clean, beautiful, right, as nice as possible. That is something which is intelligent living. It's not that because you are not that, you become indifferent to it. That is the meaning that we add to Vedanta, which does not exist in Vedanta. Okay? Like a car. You are not the car, but you have a special relationship with one car. But does it mean that you will care, you will just bang it all across because it's not you? You won't. You will take care of it. You will clean it, you will keep it nice. That is exactly. The body and mind becomes your privilege. It becomes your endowment, an amazing endowment, if you understand your relationship with it. If you make a mistake, then all the limitation of body and mind gets imputed on what? Your
Awareness.
sense of awareness, and you suffer from these limitations which actually don't belong to I. Look at the magnitude of mistake that you make. With that mistake which remains intact, there is no way, right? Because something which is highly limited, which is the body and mind, you think it to be the characteristic of I. And your I gets loaded with all the limitation of the body and mind. Then you cannot stand that limitation, and then what? You're constantly trying to manipulate the world according to your needs. It's not possible. The reality is completely the opposite. The reality is you are free from limitations of body and mind, but one given body is given to you where this awareness, just as for this glass, this space, right, is as though confined to this glass, even though it is free. This awareness as though is available to you through this body and mind, and because it is available to you through this body and mind, what is the mistake we make? We mistake that awareness as the body.
Can I ask you a question? This
Yes.
book that we're studying, Tattva, Bodha,
Yeah.
if it's dealing with all this, is it like an explanation of the Vedanta, or
Yeah, it is the explanation of Vedanta.
so I think if this is independent, then what is Vedanta?
Yeah.
So this is explanation of
This is-
the Upanishads.
Of the Upanishads, in their own words. In fact, that's a good question. This text, Tattva Bodha, is actually a text of definitions. These definitions are of words which are used in Vedanta. Okay? And while explaining the meaning of those words, it actually also tells you what the vision of Vedanta is. So
So if you
therefore,
study the Upanishads, it's pretty much this.
it is pretty much this, but said in a different way.
This is
And
Adi
what about
Shankaracharya.
Vedanta?
This is
Yeah,
the
that's it.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Adi
Adi
Shankaracharya's study and written history explain it. Right?
See, it is not, we don't call it an interpretation. It is, Adi Shankaracharya has written commentaries on Upanishads. Right? He has written commentaries on 10 Upanishads, and he's written commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. In addition to that, he has also written, because all the Upanishads are all in Sanskrit, right? So he's written commentaries in Sanskrit. This book is attributed to Adi Shankaracharya, but in this book, it's his own creation. Based on what he has understood to be Vedanta, he has created a book of definitions. What is Sukshma Sharira? What is Karana Sharira? What is Maya? What is, what is the preparation which is this? What is Avarana Shakti? Right?
So you are explaining to us
Yes.
Adi Shankaracharya's interpretation.
Not interpretation.
His
Commentary.
explanation. Sorry, his
Commentaries.
explanation.
Yeah, his explanation of what is the
the
vision of
Upanishads.
Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. And by the way, Adi Shankaracharya is one of the greatest scholars that India has produced. I mean, he's really an authority.
So if you
So,
say, listen to another person who's teaching
Yes.
Vedanta.
yes.
Like Partha Sati or
Yeah,
something.
like one of those people who are quite famous. Are they explaining their commentary on the Upanishads, or are they explaining something similar to this?
See, there are so many teachers,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I can't comment
So,
on
but
which
typically
teacher
is
is
it
doing
Adi
it.
Shankaracharya is the founder of Advaita Vedanta, which is what we're doing. There are other schools of Dvaita Vedanta, which is not what we're dealing with. So Advaita Vedanta stems from
one.
Adi Shankaracharya.
So
It's only a
actually-
different exposure.
Okay.
What is the difference?
So there are different
It's a
versions
bigger-
of this.
See,
it's a
that-
different discussion.
Or different interpretations.
When you study
It's when
Indian,
you read a book and everyone comes away with different things.
Yeah.
so this is why
He's a father
the
of it.
strength of, did I ever say that because Adi Shankaracharya says that, therefore it is right?
No.
No, not once, right? I'm showing you realities.
Yeah.
We are not concerned about who said, and we are not making that person God or anything.
Yeah.
If what that person has
Logic.
understood is reality, it stands uncontradicted now. So the whole approach of a Vedanta teacher is not to make human beings into gods or gods into some great beings or anything. It's all about reality, re-understanding the reality. that is the focus. If anybody who's a proper teacher of Vedanta, the teacher is, the focus is the reality, making you see what is. And if what I show you is really what is, it is not contradictable by logic. The strength of it comes from what? Reanalyzing exactly the whole methodology, which shows you, hey, look at this, show me where is a logical flaw. It has got nothing to do with whether Adi Shankaracharya says or X says or Y says or Z says. It doesn't have any repercussions.
Your
Commitment.
Relevant here is if you even explain Shruti and Smriti, because
Yes.
the Vedantas are Shruti, they're the revealed word. Nobody's written them, supposedly. So they've just come down to us. And then there's the other texts which are Smriti, which have been attributed to authors. So this is a revealed word. Nobody has written it. It's come down.
The Bhagavad Gita would go into the
Smriti.
Smriti part.
Smriti.
So,
Got it.
I
Got it.
mean, I don't know if this is the right time, but at some point, like even going into your website, you say that what she said, Advaita, and it says that it's a
Duality. Advaita is non-duality.
non-dualistic. So, what do you mean by that? I mean, this may not be the right time, maybe the next class or something.
Non-dual means what we are saying here is, all that is here is what? One truth.
About the
Which
awareness.
is awareness, right? The entire 5 elements is made up of what? Where does it come from?